Okay, for this week's video, we're not in the workshop, we're actually in my kitchen. Right then, a few years ago I promised to make this video and I just forgot. But I have to make a new batch of this stuff and I thought I'd video it just to keep a promise from a few years ago. And with Hampshire Shane closing, it could be in handy for something. Right, years ago I used to use this stuff before Martin came out with Hampshire Shane. Right, it's a really old wood turning recipe. It's known by many names all over the world, right? And what you need is beeswax and mineral oil. Now, I'm going to tell you something about mineral oil, right? If you want this to be food safe, you have to get food grade mineral oil. Now, I don't know about other countries, but in Ireland, if something is consumable by an animal, it has to be consumable by a human, right? And if you go and buy food grade mineral oil, it costs a fortune. But if you go and get liquid paraffin, it's the exact same thing. It comes out of the same machine in the same factory, right? The reason they put food grade on it is because they can basically charge 4 times the price, right? So liquid paraffin is the exact same thing as food grade mineral oil. Now, what you need for this, as I said, wax, beeswax, pure beeswax. Be careful that it's not over smoked because it makes things smell, right? Liquid paraffin, a scales, and a jug for measuring, right? And you have I have a double boiler going over there. You've probably seen it in the intro and in the what do you call it? In the thumbnail, right? Right, and I'm going to show you how to do this. It's really simple. The rule is 4-to-1 by weight. It's that simple, right? Now, do not do this directly on heat. You have to use a double boiler. And lads, listen to me. If the wife isn't around, or if she is, just go somewhere else for a second, right? Do not use her good pots for doing this, right? And if you do not get caught. Okay, you can go back now. Right. Then, right, now 4-by-1 by weight. I have my crappy scales from that I use for resin. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure out basically as much as this jug will hold. Right, remember it's by weight, it is not by volume. Right, there's 1,000 grams. So you go for 1,200 maybe. Right, there's 1,200 grams of liquid paraffin, which, as I said, same thing as food grade mineral oil. Right, so that means I'm going to need 300 grams of beeswax because it's 4-to-1. Right, it's 4 oil to 1 wax. Right. Now I get all my wax, all my beeswax from the same guy. He's an apiarist, and I buy all my beeswax off him because it's really clean and there's no smell off it, and his price is good, to tell you the truth. 52, 188, 209, 240, 272. Right. I don't know what's in these bits. These are bits that I've cut off from doing it before. 275. Right, I need another 20 grams, so I'm going to cut this big block. Right, again, lads, don't get caught using your wife's good knives for this. Okay, right, okay, you're going to hurry up again. Nope. If you want to make this really easy for cutting wax, heat the knife. But I'm not going to do it with this one. Because as I said, lads, don't get caught using your wife's good knives. Right, I need another 10 grams. Don't know if I'm in shot at the moment, but I'm just cutting lumps of wax off a big lump that I have. And my scale is just turned off, which means I gotta buy all this again. Lovely stuff. Right, I'm gonna get a bowl for this. That'll do. Tear. I need another 2 grams. Try and get this 4:1 as accurate as you can, because then you'll have consistency when you do it. Now, coming up to this time of year, guys who run stalls are always looking for something extra to sell, and this, I will tell you, sells very, very well. Right, okay, there we go. 300 grams of that. And now, just to make it easy, I'm going to chop these ones up. So I'll do that, and then I'll meet you over at the cooker. Right, lads, we're over at the cooker, and now we're doing cooking show with Shay. Right, okay, double boiler. Pot of boiling water with something that sits on top of it. I use this old wok because it works well, right? Pour in your oil. Make sure it all goes in, because you want that weight to be right. Right. And then throw in your wax. Now, basically, all you want to do is you want that water, or you want that oil to heat up enough to melt the wax. Now, when it's doing this, as soon as that oil starts to get warm, keep stirring it, because you will burn the wax. Now, depending on what size chunks of wax you're using, depends on how long this takes, but normally about 5 minutes or so, right? And have containers ready. You're seeing there in the thumbnail that I have loads of tins ready there, and there's my stickers on the top of them, my logos on the top of them. Right, as I said, just keep storing. Now, what I said about making sure that wherever you're getting your beeswax from is a good place, and that it doesn't smell, right? I actually have a reason for that. I get my beeswax all from Arda apiaries. Right, people who run it are lovely, and the way they do it is very good. Right, it's very clean. Right, I ran out of this I ran out of the polish a couple of years ago. Right, and Arda hadn't got any beeswax. It was right at the wrong time of year. Right. So there is another place down here in Kerry. Uh, let's just say they're well known for honey producing. It's not one of the small honey producers, it's quite a big one, right? So I went online looking for beeswax and I found it. So I ordered a kilo of beeswax off them. When it came in like little pellets. So I says, grand, that'll be handy for melting. But when I opened it, it was like sticking my nose into an ashtray. It was disgusting. I couldn't use the stuff. The thing with this polish is there is absolutely no smell of it. None at all, right? So I couldn't use that. It's actually dumped out in the shed at the moment. I use it for sealing wood. I melt it down and just seal and grind with it. But it's very important you find out a good place to get your beeswax, right? Because it can totally destroy this. You see that? That's melting down already, right? So I'll stop waffling on now. I just wanted to give you a heads up about getting beeswax, right? To make sure where it's from. If you have a local apiarist, support local, right? As I said, this guy's, the guy I got it from was from Arda, which is up the road basically. Okay, it's the next county over, but it's up the road. Right, and he's just about the best I've found. Alright, I'm back. We're nearly done. There's a couple of tiny little pieces left. It's in there. There's a couple of tiny little bits left. That took about 5 minutes. But I want to make sure every little bit of beeswax that's in this is melted. I don't want a chunk of beeswax in the middle of one of these. And there we go. Right, we're melted. Then what I'm going to do is pour half of this mix into this jug. Oh, you know what? See the little beeswax down the bottom down there? Just be very careful with that. You don't want a lump of beeswax in the middle of this stuff, because it won't work. It'll be, well, it will work, but it won't be too good for one of your customers if they find a lump of beeswax in the middle of this thing. Come here, you. Must have been something that fell in. And now I can't see because my glasses are stained up. And I got it, right, okay. Now I'm going to pour half of this mix into this jug so that I can fill the tins. I'm going to leave the other part on here, but I'm going to lower the heat right down. Now we go over and I'll start filling these tins. Right, and this part you need to do pretty quickly before this cools down, and you need to have a steady hand, especially if you're filling into these little tins. You'll see at the end of this how much this actually makes. I'll nail down here so we can see the edge of the tin to make sure I fill them all fully up. Now something I do is if someone buys a big bowl off me, I will give them a tin of this just to be able to take care of it. Now I'm probably going to do another mix after this because I want to get all these tins filled because I need them for stock. This stuff flies out. Right, I'm going to go over and get the rest of this. Right. I'll leave the double boiler over there for the next batch because, as I said, I'm just going to keep doing this until I get all of these tins filled. I'll do then is I will let it go cold, and I will bring you back and show you what it looks like when it's cooled down again. Right then, I will go and do all that again, and I'll be back in a second. Right guys, and there it is after the second batch. You can see that the first batch is already cooling down. Second batch I did 800 and 200. Right, 800 oil to 200 beeswax. Right, so out of that, these tins each hold about 50 grams of polish. So out of all of that, this is what I got. Right, you can count it up yourself. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1000, 11, 12, 13, 17, 18, 19, 20. 2,000, about 2,000 grams of polish with a little bit in this one. When you are doing this, do not put it straight into untoughened glass, like a glass jar or something, because it will crack the glass. It's quite hot. You see I have a board under this to protect the marble, just to take the heat. As I said, I'll bring this back and give you a look at it when it's totally done. Right, so until then, just remember, if you are after nicking your wife's stuff, tidy up, because she'll never know. I'll be back in a sec. Right then, that's it done. That's the colour it ends up. It's quite solid now. As I said, it's a handy one to do. I was using it for years before Martin came out with his stuff, and I started using Martin stuff. Luckily, when I heard Martin was closing, I stocked up on Hampshire Shane. I've enough for about 2 years. And if nothing else comes out that I like between now and then, I'll go back to using this. As I said, it sells well. It's nice to give somebody something who's bought a big bowl off you so that they can take care of it. Like, you had pride when you were turning it, so you should have pride when it's gone to a customer. It's very simple to make, and there's only one rule for making this stuff, and that's don't get caught by your wife. Right, so if you enjoyed that or got anything out of it, if you wouldn't mind clicking like on the video, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you in the next one.